as long as you have humans that care about wildlife, there is always a chance and there is always hope. And few animals display that better than the bald eagle. In the 60s and 70s, bald eagles were in a lot of trouble. We were putting a chemical out in the environment called DDT, and when that was washing into our waterways, it polluted the fish that these birds rely upon. It didn't kill the bald eagles, but it made it so that their eggshells didn't develop properly. They were so thin that when mom would sit on them, they would crack and break. So you had no young bald eagles being born. At its lowest point, New York State was down to one known wild bald eagle in the state. There was one pair until somebody shot the male. Now, a man named Tom Cade started the Peregrine Fund right here in New York State with Cornell University. And the work that was done here took the bald eagle, one of the first animals to be listed on the endangered species list, being one of the few that has been removed from it in 2007. We now have over 400 breeding pairs of bald eagles in New York State alone. The peregrine falcon that was wiped out east of the Mississippi River can now be found nesting in every major city on the East Coast. And that's due to work that was started here that is still used around the world as a foundation for reintroduction programs and conservation projects for all kinds of wildlife. And that is something that New York State should be proud of. It's still not an easy life for any of our raptors at the fair, and he is learning to do our flying programs so that Barf, as he gets older, will not be doing as much work. He's been a bit... I sleep in these tents at night, and at the fair, you run the risk of having rodents because of all the fair food. Getting into the garbage and not having, a lot of food to eat. Guys for vulture conservation. Hi there, Fester. How you feeling, sweetie? So, when we're training our birds, we want to set them up for success and put them in situations that we're going to ask them to fly in later. And let me just tell you, I have not found very many flying situations more complicated than the state fair. Because I cannot control anything other than my little area of this rope here. And sometimes I can't even control that, I'll be honest. So there's a lot of things for him to look at. And you'll notice when we're asking our birds to do something like flying, you'll see that we're giving them snacks because everyone likes working for free. Handsome great horned owl. Now Echo came to us in a very modern way via Facebook. So what happened is Echo was found as a baby and somebody thought that they were helping him by taking him home and raising him. I cannot stress this enough. If you find injured or orphaned wildlife at top speeds, a fighter pilot was practicing maneuvers by diving his jet toward a flock of ducks, when suddenly a feathered missile came flying past his jet, taking one of the ducks out ahead of him for dinner. Based on the plane's airspeed, it is estimated that bird doesn't really inspire America. All right, sweetheart, I hope you got that video or photo. Head back to your seat, and don't worry, your pants look so much better now. It's okay because they're also living right next to the drive-thru. Okay, so roadkill is a hawk's version of fast food. May not taste the greatest, but does keep them alive for another day. Now Talon here is with us because